African experiences, everyone. Hanang. It's a new month, November. Welcome to November. I hope you have a wonderful November. Yours truly, Doreen. You know, I want you to understand that have you ever been in a situation where you don't even feel like complaining, you don't feel like fighting about anything, you just say enough is actually enough? Yeah, I think that's how you know like you're tired or done. When you are not fighting about it, you're not complaining about it, yeah, you are actually truly done. But until you are comfortably not complaining about something, then enough is still not enough. I have a lot of progress to make. So much progress, you know, so much. But progressing with our book, apparently it's a very old book. I think I'm doing pretty well. I came across a few things that were quite intriguing to listen to. I uploaded a video yesterday on how, installing lights and stuff. There is more to this gypsum house, but at this point I'm just going to give you a tour after everything is done. You know, the wardrobe, sorry, the cupboards and everything else has been installed. Then I will give you an extra, yeah, I'll give you an extra, another tour of the whole place. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. Yesterday, since the creation of my gypsum company, I got my first order. I don't know, we've not yet been hired, but I have a good feeling. You know, I drafted a quotation for him today. I gave him everything on wholesale price, you know. Yeah, you know, being that he's the first client, he's actually getting the cheapest offer I can give anybody. I haven't told him that yet though. I'm not telling him that. But yeah, I'm giving him everything on wholesale price, and the labor is so cheap. So yeah, that's going to be, he's probably going to be the person installing gypsum for the cheapest in this country this year. He doesn't even know. You know what's funny about people? You could give him a deal of a lifetime and he'll still complain. Yeah, but that's life. You know, I've learned so much from this book. In just a few chapters I've read, you know. But mostly what they're actually telling you to have faith in is yourself. You know, believing yourself enough not to criticize yourself, affirm positivity, and under no circumstances should you ever accept to take blame for anything you do. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. I guess in a way it makes sense, because the more you criticize yourself, the less you're bound to achieve. You know, it's like demoralizing yourself. You're taking energy away from yourself. So self-criticism is not actually good. It is self-awareness that is good, whereby you're aware of the situation at hand. Understand that you are capable of, you know, rising above that situation, and that's enough. There is no need for you to criticize yourself for your shortcomings, because there is nothing you can actually do to change what happened. I like that. You know, there are people, when you go and you do something and you fall short of your goals, you beat yourself up so hard. You're like, oh my goodness, why did I do this? I could have done better. Why did I? Nah, don't do that. It's only going to demoralize you and make you perform even less than what you did. But if you praise yourself for even the effort, you're on the right path. Nice. Quite nice. Yeah, self-criticism, even criticism from other people, you should never entertain it. You should have enough self-esteem and confidence in yourself to understand that only what you think of yourself matters. Only you can change yourself. Only you can push yourself. Only you can make yourself achieve your goals. And also stop setting unrealistic goals for yourself. You can have dreams, unrealistic dreams, but do not push yourself so hard to achieve them. Just set a couple of things in motion and only do your best. Do not try too hard. Yay, I'm getting a handle on this motivational speaker thing. I've also come to realize that we set the bar so high for ourselves, even knowingly, silently knowingly, that you don't have the means to achieve it. It's okay to be delusional about yourself. That's how you grow. But also being too delusional can just stress you out. You know, you put yourself under unnecessary pressure and stress, and then you feel like you're a loser or a failure when you fail to achieve those unrealistic goals you set for yourself. Have you ever noticed those people that you call unserious, like, this one is unserious? They're always chill. They're happy. They're not stressed. They don't really care, because they don't set unrealistic goals for themselves. Like, they let things happen in motion. Like, I'm not saying just chill out and completely do nothing. All I'm saying is that set things in motion. Just understand what you have to do in that moment. But you realize that with the resources you have, the access you have, you know, you can't achieve something within that timeline. Why are you pushing yourself to achieve it in that timeline? Let me give you an example. Obviously, we have things like miracles and stuff like that, but how often do people get, you know, unrealistic miracles? Rarely. Otherwise, everyone would definitely be getting a huge miracle. We'd be having millionaires everywhere. Let me give you an example. You know you don't own land. You know you don't have any relatives who are about to give you inheritance of land. You know your income, you know, your current income, or even well knowing that even if it takes you 6 months, you're not going to have an income that's going to surpass, you know, enough for you to build a mansion within a year, or even probably start. Why are you pushing yourself and saying, me, I have to build this year? Though you can say, I have to build this year, but don't say, and it must be a mansion. Well knowing that financially you can't even afford to build a 3-bedroom house. You know what that is going to do to you? You are going to become so stressed. You're going to put yourself under so much pressure. You are going to start committing crimes. You are going to become desperate. You're going to be over the edge. I'm not discouraging anyone from dreaming. This is what I would suggest. If you know your income, which I know you do, and you know your expenses, so you know your income versus your expenses, especially if you're not a woman. Women are a little bit more lucky, because a woman today can meet a rich man who will fund her dreams. But how often does that happen for men? A woman today can wake up in the morning and she doesn't even have to pursue her dreams. She can just find her dreams already pursued for her. For example, you can find a woman and her dreams are one, to be in her own big house, and then she finds a guy who just bestows upon her a huge house. Simple as that. I'm not saying that all women get their things like that, but I'm saying women have a bit of more, society-wise, they're a little bit more favored in certain things. I'm not saying men are not, because there are also men who get things like that, you know? There are men who are crafty, very crafty. So if you are not crafty enough and you're not willing to commit crimes or, you know, lower yourself so low, you know what I mean, then you know it is going to be about hard work for you. If you know you want a mansion, mansions are usually 5 bedrooms plus, right? Of certain sizes, not every size, but they have to be 5 bedrooms plus. That's a mansion. It's considered a mansion. Now, if you know you want a mansion, but you don't have land, you don't have any relatives who are about to die so that you can inherit land, you don't have anyone who has promised to buy you land, first plan on getting land. Say, okay, how do I get land that can be legally approved to fit a mansion? We're talking that is going to be 100 by 100 plus, even 50 by 100 can do. So you know you have to have not less than 50 by 100. And then you ask yourself, how much is 50 by 100? You know, in different locations. Identify prices and then say, okay, fine. If 50 by 100 in maybe in the depths of Mukono is going to cost me 30 million or 15 million, okay, that would cost you, 50 by 100 would cost you between 10 to 15 million, you know, within Mukono, like if it's titled. So ask yourself, how long would it take for me to save within this year? Because you might cross another year and the prices go up a bit. So ask yourself, how long would this take for me to save? And if you calculate and it's going to take you 2 years, then start saving. One thing I've come to realize is that time moves really, really fast. I tell you sometimes, as I advise you, I'm also advising myself. I'm not the smartest being in the pod. I'm wise, but I also make mistakes. And sometimes I need to listen to my own advice. So start saving and start putting that money aside. And no matter what, unless you die, do not touch that money. So that is financial discipline 101. As Africans, we really don't have financial discipline because we are not raised with it. We are raised, majority of us don't even know how our parents really earn an income, and those who know, they don't care, and as kids especially. And then African parents, few of them believe in teaching their kids what they are doing, because most of them are serious hustlers. Some of these hustles you can't take your kid to learn. You want better for your kid. So that's the thing. That's why most of them, they will come back home and all you have to say is welcome back. Don't ask him where he was. Don't ask him what he did today. Just welcome him back, give him a meal or something and go to bed. And tomorrow will be the same. A couple months down the road, if they come and tell you that your husband has been arrested, understand that, well, you didn't know your husband. Even if you know that your husband wakes up to go and work in a certain office, they are there, but they are few. There is no African man that I know, let's say Ugandan. There is no Ugandan man that I know who has only one source of income. So they might have one source of income, but a couple of hustles on the side. Now, some of those hustles can cause serious drama and trouble, you know? Now, if they call you that your husband has been arrested, close your house, dress up, have some money, go bail him out. Ask questions later. And if your culture has been known to ask him what he did today, how his day really, really was, Then if you bail him out, you have no right to ask him why he was arrested. Even if they tell you that your husband was arrested for, well, breaking and entering, well, just keep quiet, take your thing home, take your husband home. That's the husband you chose to have. Those are the laws you have in your household. You do not ask questions. Simple as that. But if you're suddenly trying to take the high road after he has been arrested, how could you? I didn't know you were a thief. Really? You didn't know he was a thief, but he was coming home every day? You don't know what he really does? You didn't even bother to ask, investigate, or anything. You just kept taking his money. But you don't know where he's getting that money from. Ladies, please, let's stop being hypocrites. And vice versa, men. If your woman has the upper hand financially, she comes home, she makes sure things are done, everything is home. Do not ask, and you've never asked her where she got that money from, because honestly, if you're asking, if your woman is already providing, it means you can't provide as a man. So you have no right to ask her where she's getting money from. You just have to be grateful that there is food, we have a roof over our head, and kids are going to school. So if they call you one day and they tell you your wife has been caught somewhere, go pick your wife. Whatever money you have, bail her out. Go home, take your woman home. Because that is the woman you chose. And you've known, you've had your suspicions, but you didn't bother to look into it. I hate people who claim to be so holy and mighty after someone has been caught. Suddenly, suddenly they sprung. They are all holy, trying to take the high road. Come on, really? You didn't know your wife is coming back in the middle of the night, and you don't know what your wife does. You don't even know where she works, but you didn't bother to ask questions. All you cared about was the bills were getting paid. I hate it when people act so naive, like they pretentiously act naive when they know the truth. One thing I know about human instinct is it never lies to you. The first time you see someone carrying so much money around, does. Imagine your husband tells you that he sells what? Screen guards in town. Screen guards. These are things they put on screens, all phone covers, like these. But you're sleeping in a house that's costing you over 500,000 shillings? Okay, so our house is costing this much, we are eating well, our bills are always paid over the payment of screen guards. Seriously. You know how much one of these costs? 10 to 15 to 20K. The most expensive one is like maybe 25. And you're telling me your husband is selling over 100 screen guards every day. Some people. Your husband is selling second-hand phones. Aha. And then one day they call your husband has been arrested over theft. Chances are high maybe he didn't steal it, but he's dealing with those who are doing it. Pretentious people, pretentious. They act so holy, especially women. It's so common with women. They're so pretentious. It's like they're okay with you doing the things you do as long as they don't come out to the light. Look at you. What was I even talking about before I came to this? Yeah, we're still advising each other. So if you're earning and you know that is your honest income is basically really small, so understand that it will take you a longer time to afford that mansion. So for now, instead of trying to magically make things happen, do research, store information, and save. Simple as that. Start small. We all start somewhere. We all start somewhere. Maybe except some women, some very lucky women. A woman can just wake up in the morning and get married to the Prince of England. Like, yo, out of the blue, like luck is crazy. Y'all don't understand luck, having luck, you know, luck and grace. I think those are the things that if you have everything you need to be successful in life, you know. Mm, mm. You know what it means to marry into generational wealth? Yes, some of it was slavery money, but you know for a fact you never have to work a day in your life. You can pretentiously work and lie to people that you want to work, but you know for a fact you never have to work a day in your life. Your kids never have to work a day in their life, and they're going to be okay forever. This is what I'm talking about. So do not play with women. A woman can, if a woman tells you, you don't even get into competition with women. Some of these men be thinking, now that I've married her and dumped her, you know, after making her conceive, no other man will want her. Ooh, before you know it, the woman you are calling ugly, she has surpassed you in life. Yeah. The right people in your life can take you places. This is it's very important. Learn to associate yourself with people who are doing better than you. Do everything in your power to associate with people who are doing better than you. I know it sucks sometimes, but stop being jealous and start learning, start incorporating yourself, because these people have information that your people in your financial caliber don't have, you know. These people have connections that people in your financial caliber don't have, you know. Even me, I better renew, because now Uganda has a new passport. I better renew to the new password. I start traveling, go to some nice places, because I'm telling you the truth, women, let me even take my gym journey seriously. I mean, I'm already hot, but if I can look even hotter, I mean, honestly, it's because I kind of want to get back into the dating pool, but I kind of don't want to attract trash. No offense, but I just want to attract the best. And by attracting the best, it means I have to be the best version of myself. Because one thing I've learned is if you're the best version of yourself, you're going to attract the best version of yourself. Sometimes we attract what or who we are. We complain, but sometimes you are attracting those bad men because you are not doing well yourself. You've not healed. You've not elevated your energy. You've not even elevated yourself, because, damn, I've seen things, guys. I've seen things that make me realize that it's not so bad, you know. You know, maybe being born a woman is not so bad. There are even men who have it even easier than women, man. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not advocating for people to just marry rich, but I'm saying it helps, you know. I had one of those clips from Marilyn, what is that chick? Marilyn Monroe, that famous chick who was so famous for her beauty. She was saying that, she was telling some guy that marrying rich is like a man marrying for beauty. Beauty is not important, but doesn't it help? So is wealth. Money might not be everything, but doesn't it help? Ooh, tukole nnyo bannaye, ani anaatuwasa nga tuli baavu. You know, we are living in a generation whereby if you're not the best version of yourself, you are not going to get a genuine best version. You are just going to be used all the time. Because there is also a possibility of these rich people just using you because you are not the best version of yourself. You are not even remotely up there near them. So obviously some of them don't see how they can associate so much with you, though, even if you are hot. Because I've seen very many beautiful women who are struggling. And then it makes you wonder, beauty is actually not everything, but it helps. You know, it does help. It helps, my friends. So is wealth, richness, money. Money is not everything, but it helps. Especially here in Africa, our economy is, let me speak for Uganda. Our Ugandan economy is a cash economy. You will not put your credit card anywhere and someone gives you anything because you have a job. People here want you to give them money, hard cash. So you can't be here and survive on debt. It's very hard. Very, very hard. Even the people who are surviving on debt have to be rich here. Because if you don't have property worth certain amount of money, who is going to loan you that amount of money? Here it's loaning, man. It's not about your job. Even the battery has gone low. It's what happens when my day has ended. When I'm done with work, my battery tends to go low. I've learned so much, but one thing I've learned to, it's very important to know when to stop, when to give up. You see how they tell us never give up, giving up is bad. No, sometimes it's good to give up. Give up and, look at things from a different perspective and see where you've been going wrong. And if you've been going wrong so many times, then this has to go. It's just gotta go. And today is just not one of those days I want to deal with any problems, honestly speaking. I'm not having the best day. So I don't really want anyone's best day on my FYP. Anyway. Human beings do not like to be condemned for anything they do, actually. We would rather the world was quiet and silent about people's bad acts, but we try anyway. Hey, I enjoy this book. I'll read more of it today. Yes. Do you know someone you would like to change and regulate and improve? Good, that's fine. I am all in favor of it, but why not begin on yourself? Nice. From a purely selfish standpoint, that is a lot more profitable than trying to improve others. And a lot less dangerous. Do not complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof and what the hell? When your own doorstep is unclean. Hey, you meet people, and I'm also, sometimes I'm one of those people. When I meet new people, I hope I'm patient with them. I'm like, maybe the person will change, the person will come around. Guys, there's never been a day I waited around for someone to change and they did. To act right and they did. People are just people. People will do what they want to do when they want to do it, and it has nothing to do with you. This is very common with relationships. You could be the best possible thing that could have happened to somebody. But because this person does not want that best thing to happen to them, trust me, they will never change. Stop trying to change anybody. Change yourself. I always say this. As I speak to you, I speak to me. I'm actually speaking to me anyway. Just focus on yourself. Focus on improving yourself and changing yourself. The bad habit that you think someone should stop, look for one of your bad habits and change that. Put your energy there. If you think somebody should change something about themselves, first look at yourself and you're like, okay, what can I change about me? Because it takes a lot of energy to change anybody, the unending talking, the patience, going through shit with them. Just put all that energy in yourself, and I'm preaching to myself. Doreen, stop hoping that people are going to change who they are. These are grown-ups. In my language, we have a saying, akacha mamamira, bokagulula, is it? Boka, damn it. Bokagolola mu bukulu kamenyeka bumenyesi. Like, if you find a branch of a tree that's supposed to grow straight, but instead it was growing bending, if you're trying to force it to be straight because that's how it's supposed to be, it will just break. You have to break it fast. And then it won't even go straight. You break it and that's the end of it. Then you have to grow a new branch, which will grow straight. So a lot of people as adults, they have habits that they didn't just acquire in their adulthood. These are things they saw growing up and thought they were okay. Imagine someone having a vice, you know, for example, abusive men, those people. Some of them, if you follow, they've seen their parents, especially their mothers, abused, terrorized, and nothing ever happened to the person who did that. So this person, even if subconsciously they wouldn't want to be abusive, but because they saw someone as children growing up getting away with that kind of behavior, they think it's okay. They think it's okay. So they will do things not because they are stressed, they're having a bad day at work or what. It's who they grew up to be. So you are there patient, thinking that someone will stop beating on your ass. They'll kill you. These people have seen things happening since they were kids, you know? You find someone who is, I'm not going to say this so many times, but I'll say it. Someone who is abusing drugs on a whole different level, you know, and you think that they'll even give excuses. I'm only like this because I'm stressed or anything, any kind of drugs. Even me, I drink, and I keep telling myself, you know, I don't drink like I'm not a heavy drinker, like I'm going to drink and fall on the street or some shit like that. No, I remotely drink, like occasionally, you know. But I know for a fact, I know in my head, it has been okay to drink because growing up, my entire family, we had parties on a daily basis consistently, and it was okay, you know. And growing through life, even society-wise, you see people having parties, drinking and chilling, and it is perfectly fine. So for you to tell me that after a long day of work or something like that, I can't have a beer, it feels like you're trying to punish me. Because it is so hard. Now it has to come from me. It has to be myself as an example, you know? It has to come from me as Doreen to say that, okay, now, from now on, I'm done drinking. It has to be my choice. But if it's external, it's going to feel like an attack. And this is something, I'm using this as an example for every single person out here because no one is perfect. Everyone has a habit they would want to shed off. You know, these guys who are sleeping around with everything that moves, like they fuck this and fuck that, forgive my language. They didn't just wake up in the morning and start sleeping around like that. They've seen these things growing up and it seems okay. You know, they've probably seen their fathers, their uncles, their, you know, whoever raised them, they've seen them do it. This is why I'm telling you, sometimes we say that being a single parent is okay, but it's not always so okay. Because there is a very big difference between, I'm not saying that every child that's grown up with loving parents, a loving home is actually perfect. They have their own problems also. But there are things, they are more healthier. I don't know if it makes sense. They are more healthy people. They are healthier to deal with. You know, but then also them society has now broken them because now it's mixed up with people who have had very many broken backgrounds and they're broken. So obviously when they mix up, they also become broken because of their experiences. But normally, these big bad habits you see with people, you meet someone and they have a certain habit. If you think you are the one that's going to be the magic Hailey Mary or some Mary of a sort to break it and then change them, it is important that you let people like that find their own way. You let them heal and change in their own time. Because they will look at you as the bad guy. They will even be telling them, their friends, damn, the day has ended. I have to now go back to that nagging woman. And you know why they would be calling you nagging? Because you are telling them to be responsible. Men, you are calling him out and telling him he has to be responsible. He has to provide for his family. He has to take care of his family. And you are nagging because you are telling them to do something, and they will even justify that. Some of them will tell you, I grew up with my own mother. How come my mother was able to handle all these things without my father? What do you do? Let me tell you this. Life is complicated. Maybe it has always been like that. But one thing I know for sure is that I've learned this the hard way. You can be the best thing that could have ever happened to somebody, but if they are not their best self, you are wasting your time. You are not going to change them. No matter what you do, no matter the sacrifices, you will just waste your time. Actually, you will just go and be traumatized yourself after that. Because this is the thing, this is why you can hear people say, I did everything. I did this, I did that, and the man still cheated. The man still abused me. The man still terrorized me, insulted me, did all this. The woman still cheated. I was the best possible thing. I did everything. And you know for a fact in your heart, you did everything the way it was supposed to be done, the way, because there is no handbook for this shit. But because the person is not the best self. Yes. As people, if you set your standards and say, for me, I do not want to be with a woman who is like this and who is like this, stick to it. Every time you get out of that standard you've set for yourself, you regret it. Every time. It could be, you could get out of it because maybe you feel lonely and then you just pick a stray. And then you feel like, okay, maybe I can, make this stray work. Hey. I'm learning so much, my friends, the hard way. So that's why I'm so scared and skeptical to get out back in the dating world, because I've taken so much time and put so much time and work into myself, to better myself, inside myself. This is what people misunderstand. It's not about physical appearance. You can look your absolute best, inside of you, you are broken, rotten, and you are dead. But if inside you're healed, outside is so easy to fix, getting some nice clothes, you can get yourself a nice car. That's why I don't understand women who date men because they have nice cars, a nice building. Are you serious? He could be the worst or the world's biggest tool. Just because he has a nice car, do you think that's the man of your dreams? Seriously? You want a car? Go buy a car. Work hard and buy that car. Getting with men for life should be for different reasons, not because he has a nice car, he's carrying an iPhone, he owns this building, his net worth is this. You're serious? You know how he accumulated that wealth? Have you asked yourself why he's that rich and single? Why the other women left? Do you think they're all crazy? Hey. I've also learned this. I've also learned that sometimes men will tell you stories about their exes. And it's easy to believe them because at the time you're in love and you're like, how could she not have seen this? There is a lot more that you don't know, because there is no day a woman is going to wake up in the morning and leave a man they love just like that. You know, especially if he didn't say, he has not said she cheated, I caught her cheating or something, we separated because of this and that. And, you know, and he gives you some reckless reasons that don't even add up. The man is the problem. The man is, the way I know women, not all of them, but majority of women are very dedicated. When they get into a relationship, they want it to work, especially if they like you. They'll do everything in their power. But if a woman gives up and says, I'm done, trust me, you too, at some point you will say, I'm done. This is the thing, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. We are dealing with creatures of emotion, creatures who motivated by pride and vanity. Nice. You know? And for those who have kids, stop. You see, I think this is another problem. I don't have kids yet, but at least I know I could definitely raise a good child if I wanted. Obviously, I'm saying this because I'm not a parent, and some of you will say she's just saying that because she has never really been with a child for so long. I've been with kids, but they'll say this because she doesn't know what she's talking about. Let me tell you, one of the reasons why some of these men and women are so broken as adults, from the day they were born, they lived through so much criticism of their parents, even unknowingly, you know, criticism, comparison, and they are broken, you know. Because they live in constant need to prove themselves because they feel like they'll never be good enough. And that is a feeling that comes from childhood. You don't just wake up and have a feeling like that. It takes a toll from childhood. And the parents obviously start treating their children like adults because they have so many, they have high hopes in them. Why are you having high hopes in a 2-year-old, 5-year-old, 10-year, 15, 20, even 30-year-old? Because you're bringing your failed dreams and imposing them on your child. Obviously, you're going to put them under so much pressure because you feel like you claim you want the best for your kids, but in actual sense, you just want them to achieve what you failed to achieve. You know, you just want them to do things you are not able to do. And because of that kind of pressure, they are going to fail. They are going to fail. Imagine, you know, a lot of kids didn't even get a chance to be kids. Life is so funny. Why am I even ranting? Let me end this live. I already uploaded a video for you guys, so you should be fine. If you want to ask questions, you can ask me on my business WhatsApp. If you want to consult with me, feel free to consult with me. My business number, once again, is in my bio in the description of my channel, but I can repeat it for you again. That would be +256 77902424. Thank you for watching me always and listening to me. It means a lot to me, y'all. So thank you. I hope you do actually have a wonderful month. Honestly, I hope you do have a wonderful month of November. We are ending the year in just a month. After this month, we'll be in December. And this time I'm going to start, my charity runs every December. So we'll start pledging. I don't even know people pledging, just donate. I'll be posting everyone who donates and how much they've donated, unless they've chosen to go anonymous. You know, we are feeding people. I've not yet found how many people want us to feed yet. I think I'll put up a poll and then we'll discuss how many people you think we should feed on Christmas this year. You know, I want you to choose how many people, so that number of people will decide for us how much we are going to collect, and also, of course, the prices of the things on the market. I will do a video explaining to you the different prices that will be on the market at that time, but I need you to have a heads up, know that the moment we hit 1st of December, I'll be shooting that video. I don't know, I think I want to go back to the same village where we gave food last year. Those that contributed last year, we thank you. The people were so happy. We didn't just feed them for Christmas, we gave them food that lasted them a month. Yes. I was so proud of myself for that, and I know some of you who contributed were also proud. There is no limit of how much you can contribute. You can contribute as little as you have. It's a charity. We are giving back for the year. Yes, if you've not done anything good this year, maybe this will be the one good thing you get to do. It's good to always give back. Yes, you know, you can give your little siblings, you can give your mothers, fathers, your relatives, anybody, strangers. It's up to you. But me, I usually spend my Christmas with strange old people and young mothers with their kids. And I know someday I have big dreams. Someday, because I already have around 15 kids that I help out, school-wise. Of course, there are villages, so everything is really cheap. But I know someday we will come up with our own NGO. Yes, that's part of the things. It's one of the things I want to do. I can't say I'll do next year, but I know when the time is right, I will do it. I want to do an NGO, an authentic NGO, so that we officially take on kids to help. We don't have to keep them in a house or something. We just have to take care of them the best way we can. We don't have to take on many, but obviously knowing people, I know I have to take on a number that I can manage as myself, just in case people don't come through to help, because you can't force help. Yes, help is the willingness of the heart. Anyway, thanks for watching DOREEN'S African Experiences. I said hi to you, I checked in on you. Let me do my sit-ups, and then after I go watch cartoons. After I will sleep and then wake up to go to work again tomorrow. Enjoy your new month. Be blessed and fruitful.